I'm Todd O'Hare, President and CEO of the Montana Chamber of Commerce, and
Charles Robinson, Government Relations Director.
thank you for joining us. We're at State Fund today, where we're going to be talking work comp related sort of issues. And the legislature kicked off last week, and it's a bit of a flywheel sort of process, right? I mean, it starts out slow, and it takes a little bit of time to start building up a little bit of momentum. And so we don't have a launch report on from last week or what's coming up, but we're seeing this flywheel of momentum starting to pick up.
Yeah, we did. We had some really good discussions with Senate leadership on our ballot initiatives modernization bill. Got some good feedback there and working on how to roll that out. We're looking at the governor's agenda and have been supporting, was in today in the Senate tax, supporting some changes in the process for assessing timberland and basically bringing some more talent back into the state to be able to handle that in an effective way, and really supports jobs in rural communities. And looking ahead, we see the governor's business equipment tax exemptions bill has been referred to House Tax Committee, so we'll expect to see that up for a hearing pretty soon. We'll be in there on that bill. And I would like to mention, just did a little work on an issue that may escape the attention of a lot of businesses, but we were working on helping the state to set up some mediation programs that can help divert cases that don't necessarily need to be in the courtroom, and be more efficient in our courts and help people settle disputes outside of that process. So we've been looking for ways we can just help move the needle. Not everything's going to succeed.
Yeah, and later this week too, I'm going in Friday. Montana Department of Commerce has their bill up in appropriations, and so I'm going to go in and be supportive of Director Osterman's request there for some funding, a little bit of additional funding for the Department of Commerce. They've been a great partner in the business recruitment arena. We've seen a lot of increased activity from the Montana Department of Commerce, and so we're going to be going in and being supportive of their efforts as we work together for business recruitment in Montana.
Yeah. Todd, there's a few things. Well, you mentioned we're here for the state fund. There's some big discussions about workers' comp and how do we ensure that the state continues to have that guaranteed market, so that any business that can come in the door can purchase a workers' comp policy. And so the business community is really gathered today to talk about what we can do to be supportive of those efforts as a large community. And if things went the wrong direction there, of course, that'd be a real concern for employers all across the state. Something else concerned about and watching closely is a couple of bills from a well-intentioned senator, but we do have some concerns. And there's a bill on independent contractors and how that designation is proven when it comes to workers' compensation, and when it comes to some of the other aspects of employment and the distinctions there with independent contractors. The governor's office, though, has asked Senator Morjo to meet with them to work some of this out. So we think the bill should come out of those discussions in decent shape and be an improvement, but certainly watching it closely and having some of those discussions. And then Senator Morjo also has a bill that I like to call the Paycheck Anti-Privacy bill, and it's really to open up employers' checkbooks, and whether they're recruiting new employees or hiring someone internally, and also to put a lot of new penalties on employers. We don't expect the bill to go very far, but we're watching it closely, and if necessary, we'll be in there trying to shut it down, just to keep a healthy employment situation here in Montana.
I mean, as you can see, we're covering a wide swath of issues here, everything from work comp to employers' privacy with regard to their employees and tax issues. And so as this flywheel picks up speed, we're going to be, working on a increasing number of bills across the board. As we get ready to wrap up here and open up for any sort of questions, I want to make a quick plug on Friday of this week at noon. We're bringing in the Department of Labor to talk about a package of bills that they're bringing forward that deals with boards and commissions and the regulatory oversight of those boards and commissions. And it was interesting, Governor Gianforte at our business days at the Capitol, he talked specifically about this issue. He noted that, business community seems to be generally supportive of reducing boards and commissions and that sort of oversight, with the exception of their specific board or commission. And so we're providing a Zoom opportunity for those that want to Zoom in on Friday to learn a little bit more about the specifics of the bills that the Department of Labor is bringing forward that deals with boards and commissions. So we would encourage you to tune into that. It covers everything from estheticians to cosmetologists to plumbers and electricians. And so if there's something in there that is of interest to you, or you have a business sector that is affected by one of those boards and commissions, it's important that we hear from you and you kind of tune in to see what the Department of Labor is proposing and how it may affect you.
Yep. And then next Tuesday, we'll be cutting this short because we're sponsoring lunch for the Senate's, I think, Republican caucus to chat about some of our issues. So it'll be a quick